Hello and welcome to another video. Free child apron pattern. This belongs to, if you're watching it on YouTube, then you put in, and if I can find it, Emelshandicraft, E-M-E-L-S, and then handy with an I craft in YouTube, and it'll show you the tutorial. But Emel does one in cotton, and I'm going to do mine in vinyl. When you're doing cotton, obviously she's going to be doing roughly about 1/2 inch seam allowance. So as I'm doing vinyl and there's no frayed edges, I won't be turning it under. So I've cut about roughly 1/2 inch off this section. I'm not worried about the rest of it. I'm doing the larger size for a child between 11 and 12, but the other ages are 2 to 5, 5 to 8, and the other one I'm doing is 8 to 11 or 12. You've got A1, A3, A4, A5 and A6 for the apron section. Don't ask me where A2 is. Then you need for the straps C, D and F for the pockets. So I've laid it out on the fold and I've clipped it, obviously because it's vinyl I can't pin, and then I use weights to weigh it down so the pattern doesn't move, and then I need to cut it out. There you go, that's all cut out. There you go, that's the beginning. I bought this vinyl from the range at Coventry, but you probably got one near it. It was only £3 something a metre, and there you go. So let's do the contrast. So they're the D, C and F. F is the pocket, C is the neck straps, D are the waist straps. When you've cut them out, then you just have to prepare them for sewing. Turn the top over on this first just to create the hem at the top of the pocket. 3/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch, entirely up to you. There's no hard and fast rule. Do the same with these straps. Fold them into the middle, press, then fold each end then into the press line in the middle, press, then fold the ends over 3/8 of an inch or 1/2 an inch twice, press, and then if you put them together like this, then we need to sew and do the same for all 4. Then we need to sew all the straps up. So the first one we're doing is the pocket top. And I think I've got mine over about 3/8 of an inch, so I'll probably do about 1/4 of an inch seam. It's entirely up to you. You can do 2 rows, you can do a decorative stitch. It's entirely up to you. Once you've finished the top of the pocket and you've got your turnover, then you need to go and press the rest in, whatever your seam allowance is, all the way around, and press them in, because when you sew it onto the vinyl, that's when you'll sew the rest of your sides in. Then you take your straps, and what you want to do is sew the open ends closed. So your open bits closed first. So start at one side, probably 1/8 of an inch. Seam allowance. And I've got my stitch length on 2.5. And you need to do all the way around, down the bottom, straight up and back up to the top again, on all 4 sides. Do the same for your other 3. So this is the pocket with the top sewn and all the other sides turned up, and I've only turned up one each because they're going to be against the vinyl, so I don't want them too thick, so I'll sew through the vinyl as well. So I've only turned them up the once, about 3/8 of an inch. So there's the top that we've sewn over, and the other 3 sides are ready. And I'm going to use, because I can't use pins, I'm going to use tape to stick it into place. And there's the other straps, and they're all done. Now I've used a different strap attachment to Emel, so what you'll have to do is decide, look at her site to see what she's doing, and then look to see what you've got in your stash and how to put it on yours. Mine's different, my adjustable slide is different. Because I'm using vinyl, obviously she's using cotton, so she has to turn hers in. I don't have to. I've got the luxury of not bothering to do that. I need so I've got my apron facing up, my adjustable slider facing the right way to make it easier to adjust the strap, and I'm going to have 2 tails. Obviously I've had to attach this end together because these don't adjust these straps. This is the strap that adjusts this side, so I need to put them right at the end, and I'm going to have them as a feature sticking out. Then keeping the top in the right place, then I'm going to put the same amount showing on that one end. Now I've got 2 ends this side, 1 end this side, but again it all depends what adjuster you use. You might have 2 ends or 1 end either side. And then what you do is we've got to catch these on at the ends the same distance. So let's have a go at this. And as you know, I don't do prototypes and practices. I just sew as is, and we'll see how it turns out. So obviously I'm going to go over this several times. You can do a pattern, a box, but I want mine loose. Try and keep this neat because you're going to see it the other side. And there's my one side, and it gives me a line on the wrong side of the vinyl. And then bringing it over, trying to do the same distance down as this one. So as you can see, I'm sort of like using the end of my straps as a feature as part of the apron. Again, for the waist straps, I should just put it at the end where it curves off, just like this, and use it as a feature. I should put it right on the edge. On this end, use it as a feature. Absolutely no need for me to hide it at the back. And then go over it repeatedly to actually keep it neat and tidy. And then do the same the other side. So this is my pocket, and I've put 1/4 inch double-sided sticking tape, again because I can't use pins, on the back of my 3 sides of the pocket yet to be sewn. So obviously it'll go like this. So I need to find the centre. So fold it up and find the centre, and I can see that crease line. I need to find the centre in the apron from this section here across. Don't need to do it all, just that bit there. So that's there. So if you put this there, just below, obviously where the waist, where the strap's there, just below that. You can do it by eye. It's not a very big project. And then take off one of your double-sided. The best thing to do is no, that's not done. Just to kink that out like that and just do a bit, just like we're doing card making. Kink that out at the side so I can see it. Again, kink it out the side, place it down, get it in the position that you want it to be, hold it down one side, make sure it's straight, and then just pull. I think you can see that. Just pull one of your ends once you've got it straight and completely flat. You can see, make sure it's straight, and then just pull that end, and then you can stick that end down. You know that's not going to move. Now you could measure this, you could measure across from your two ends over and then put a ruler and measure it down, but I'm going to do it by eye. I think it looks right. Just pull that down, tuck that back under. There you go, and that's that one done. And then with your side bit. And then that's that. So all three sides are firmly stuck where you want them to be. And then obviously then about 1/8 of an inch for the three sides, sew it round. And then reinforce your start and the end. There you go. And believe it or not, but we are finished because it's vinyl. I've got no edges to take up, and that will fit a tallish girl between 10 and 12. Oh boy, if you make it in blue or something, or you could do them in red one. It's entirely up to you. What I might do is sew down. I can leave it, so you can leave it a full one. I think I might leave it full actually, or you could sew down the middle and make two small ones. I'm going to leave it as a full pocket because I think then they'll be able to get something in lengthways. Now it's ideal for, let me put it on my mannequin and then we'll come back. Well, there you go. One size 11 to 12 year age, or 10 to 12. Apron, ideal for anything that they need, like if they're washing up, washing the dollies, painting, anything, because this is wiper. Well, obviously the pocket is in its cotton, but you could have done a vinyl pocket if you wanted to make it all washable. That's my take on Emelshandicraft Child's Apron. I'll put the links down below when we start this video of where to get the pattern. It is a free pattern, but if you hang on to the end, I've made two other things and I'll show you them now. So this bag is called the Pelican Tote, and as you can see it's made denim, and the panel's obviously a cat, and it's for a cat lover obviously, and on the inside I've got leopard print following the cat theme. So that's Pelican Tote. That is a free pattern, and that's about my 4th or 5th one I've made of them, and they're really easy, and loads of tutorials. That's why I've never bothered making one, but there's loads of them already on YouTube. This one is the Peekaboo Beauty Bag by More Me No. This one isn't free. You have to pay for this one. It's a really large size. It's stiff. It's really generous on the inside. It is. It's be ideal for travelling if you want to put everything together in one bag. I've made it out of vinyl, and on the inside it's waterproof canvas, so obviously if you are travelling anywhere you can wipe it out on the inside if it gets in a mess. It's a really large one. There's the size of my hand, so, and I've got big hands, so it's a really good decent size. Now this one isn't free, and I think it converts to something like £4.37 from the dollars to English, so it's not expensive, and it's easy. Again, it's easy to make, and there's loads of tutorials on this as well, and that's called the Peekaboo Beauty Bag by More Me No, and this is the Pelican Tote. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're having a lovely new year so far, I'm not due back to work for another couple of days, so we'll see what else we can make. Thank you.